Yo, yo, yo. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna let the viewers come in. Like, share, subscribe. If y'all now tuning in, like, share, subscribe, man. Tune in if you just coming in. Like, share, and subscribe, man. I gotta find out how you do this. Alright, there we go. We're doing story time today. As y'all can see, Cash App will be in the description, which is capital, all capital RNFL, capital CO. The rest, no, the O is lowercase, the D is lowercase, the E is lowercase, the I is lowercase, the N is lowercase, and the E. So capital RNFL, C, and then lowercase ODEINE, codeine. So basically, the cash symbol and the RNFL and the C capitalized and the Odine is lowercase. I'm gonna try to change it so it can be easier for y'all to get it, but it's in the description and it's in my bio too on my what's the name? But yeah, right now today we doing story time. Gotta flame up, you know how you can't flame up on YouTube. They be tweaking, you know. If you tuning in, like, share, and subscribe. You leave a comment too. Leave a comment. We doing story time today. We doing story time about I'm doing story time about my granddad, man. Like the passing of him and the shit we had to go through. Now, my granddad, I'm just started off. My granddad, he come from, they come from the west side of Chicago. He was raised. My granddad was raised in the North Lundale community, which is like close to like Little Village or whatever. Great hardworking man, he ended up marrying my grandma. They got married at a young age or whatever. And I'm just gonna fast forward to the day he passed away. Now, this is so crazy, y'all. Like, this is why I say God is crazy. Allah is powerful. Because the day he passed away, for some reason, God put in my mind. I was at school. I was in 6th grade. This is around 2006, January 26th. It's the day before he passed. So, something put in my mind. I'm like, man, I don't want to be at school. I want to go home. I swear. Like this was, nothing is wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with me. I'm just like, I want to go home. That's why I say this is God. I said, I want to go home. So I'm like, I tell my teacher, I said, I gotta go to the bathroom. I went in the bathroom. I thought about it. It's God again. I thought about it. If you tuning in, like, share, and subscribe. I thought about it. I said, nah, I want to go home. I said, even though ain't nothing wrong with me, it's Thursday. Shit, if I go home, I come back tomorrow. The weekend to be here. I'm just trying to get through the week. Motherfucker tired of waking up. I'm just on some little kid shit, the regular, ordinary kid shit. I go in there, I tell my teacher, I said, I just threw up. I don't feel good. She called my mama. Now, usually, I promise you, when the school look call my mama, unless I'm real sick or they got in trouble, then shit be like, nah, I'm gonna have somebody come pick you up. But any other time, nah, you good. You can hold it out. Bro, my mama was like that because she ain't playing about the attendance or none of that shit. So, they called. I'm low key ain't even acting like I'm really sick. I'm just playing a little role. I ain't overly doing the most. I'm just laying down on the desk. Everybody like, damn. And now everybody looking at me. Now, my teacher called. She say, yeah, Darius is sick. Ooh, ooh. My mama instantly say, well, tell him call his granddad. She said, well, tell him call his grandma or his granddad. If they say if they say yeah, they'll pick him up, then I don't care. He can go. So my mom, she gave the green light on. What? Okay, so I'm gonna have an early day. Back. Hey, how are you, Martin? If you tuning in, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get more likes, man. It's 8 people tuning in. I need 8 likes, man. It ain't nothing but a button. Let's do it, man. 8 likes, man. 8 likes. So I'm like, okay, my mama green lighting it. So, boom, go downstairs. She like, my granddad and them, I call my granddad and them, they like, okay, I'm finna be on my way then, Book. Your mama just called us and said, we finna come pick you up. I actually talked to him on the phone. Now, I'm expecting when I get downstairs that it's my grandmother. When I get downstairs, guess who it is? It's him. It's him. It's my granddad. I'm like, and it's like when I came down there to the office, he glowed. I swear to God, bro. It's like my granddad was glowing. That the day before he passed, he was glowing. When he came to the office to come get me that day, I see my little brother right there with him, and then I seen him. And he was smiling. He said, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm all right." Boom. We go home. Go to the hood. Go to the block or whatever. He said, "All right, give me some milk and magnesia." You know, I ain't even want to taste the shit. I was mad as hell. I was faking that I was sick because my grandma was like, "You go some milk magnesia, huh, for your stomach." All right. So I go in there fake like I'm finna lay down. So my granddad like, "Hey, boo, you wanna ride with me then?" The whole time, he go get, after he come get me, he go get my cousin Yana, and it's me, him, Yana, my uncle, J-Rock, bro. We rode with him in the Oak Park. We was making runs from like 5 o'clock to 6:30. By the time we come, I remember this trip, bro. This trip I'll never forget because that was the last ride. He went to the GNC store. I should have knew something was wrong with my granddad. He went to the GNC store, the wellness store, to get some shark cartridges because, he was having build up fluids in his body and shit, I guess, and it just was probably irritating him or whatever. So, once he do that or whatever, I just remember that ride, man. I remember that ride like it wasn't nothing. I just remember that ride, the music that was playing. He got us something to eat. It was just me, him, Yana. Me, I know Yana remember this shit. Her and my little brother and J-Rock gonna always remember this shit for the rest of their life. Like, for real, for real. I'm finna get into the rest. Hold on one second, y'all. tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Back to what I was saying though. That ride was just like, and it was so slow. Everything would move so slow. Even when we went inside the GNC store, we was just walking slow as hell. It's like everything was moving slow. So we get back in the car, go back to the hood, and it seemed like when we got back to the house, everybody was there. My mama was there from work. My aunties there, my cousins, my auntie Kim had made it in from work. So it was like the whole house was just up. So now everybody up, you know, we chilling. It's another thing. God gave me another sign that night with him. He say, Darius. He said, Darius. He said, Book. That's why our granddad called us. He said, help me take the garbage can out. I said, all right, bet. Cause I think I was watching wrestling, cause it's Thursday. I'm watching wrestling, and then I'm watching wrestling, but we low key flipping back and forth from wrestling to the Kobe game against Toronto, cause that's about to start in a minute. So we watching it. My granddad like basketball too. Just watching it. He like, take the garbage out. So I'm taking the garbage out with him. He lifting the bag up. We get to the back porch, the back bin with the garbage at. So he bring the green bin down with me, but it's heavy as hell. He bring it down with me. And when we get by the last step, and we get the black bag out the bin, my granddad hold his chest. He hold his chest. I said, you okay, Grandpa? He said, yeah, Book, it's just my chest. My chest be hurt. I said, I hope you all right, man. He said, I'll be all right, though. He said, I just strained the muscle or something. You know what I'm saying? He think he strained the muscle, but I didn't see him with a muscle. See, because if you strain the muscle, you will start massaging in your muscle. He reached for that chest. My granddad reached for his chest that night. And it concerned me, but then again, I'm young. I'm in 6th grade. I don't know nothing about really health. There's some shit happening. I know to call 911. There was some shit happening on bro. So we go back in the house. I never tell nobody. I wish I would have told somebody about that night, but I didn't think of none of it. But we go back in the house. My mama tweaking with my granddad and my grandma. She like, yeah, y'all be arguing all the time. I got $100. I got $100 for y'all, for anybody who don't start the first argument this week. Whoever start the argument, they lose the bet. My granddad said that smiling. He like, I'm gonna win the bet, cause that be your mama. She be starting with me the whole time. It was really him. He used to be raised in hell on bro. So, they get I think we didn't have school that next day. It was like teachers development day on it. That's why I was trying to leave that Thursday, because that Friday we didn't have school, because my cousin Adron, he ended up spending the night with us that night, and I was gonna spend the night at my granddad's crib that night, but Shorty them came to my crib, so I'm like, nah, I'm going home. Since my mama keeping the kids or whatever, so she kept Adron, and I want to say she kept Jaheem. Or no, she ain't keep Jaheem. I think Spaz stayed. He stayed at the crib or whatever. So, I'm getting that. We getting that. All right, grandpa, love y'all. Woo, woo. And it was just, my mama kept arguing with them that night about who gonna win that $100 bet. So we go home. I get into it. Shorty them tweaking. I'm playing the game. Adrian them tweaking. Jamari them tweaking. Hey, tweaking. This night just going so perfect, bro. It's one of them good nights, like the end of school week night, bro. I'm dozing off because I'm staying up a little late because I'm seeing Kobe. He going crazy because I went to sleep the third quarter, but the fourth quarter, I'm steady hearing he's 7, 8, 9, or 10 points away from 80 points. I'm, whoa, 10 points, who? So I get in tune with the game. Kobe go crazy. He scored 81 points bro. Yeah, he a dog, and that's definitely my favorite player now. And he already was like me and Tuan favorite player already right then and there. That just overly solidified it. Then we was just like Kobe fans, like forever. I go to sleep. I'm happy. Oh yeah, my boy Kobe and they came back on, bro. Wake up to the loudest scream ever, y'all. The loudest scream I'd never fucking forget. That scream, that scream and another scream my mama did that scared the fuck out of me that I'll never forget in life. When my cousin Keegan they died. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story about that when my cousin Keegan they passed. Bro, long live her. But that scream, I woke up. I'm instantly thinking either something with Adrian or Jamari in this room, bro. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Why is my mama screaming? But I wake up and I see her on the phone. She say, no. She's screaming like this is the worst scream ever. And she say, no, daddy, no. I say, no. I get the tweaking. Now I'm swinging in the air. I say, what's wrong, Mom? She said, your grandpa, he not responding. Your grandma just came in there, he had a heart attack on, he not responding, his ass rolling in the back of his head and all type of shit. So the hospital get him. We just on our way. At this moment in the car, all my mom could do was call, and she just kept crying. And I'm just like, Mom, stop crying. It's gonna be okay. As soon as we got in that hospital at Loretta, when we walk in, a lady was approaching us saying, I'm sorry for y'all loss. And we went, they told us walk in this first room to the right, and my granddad was just up in there lifeless, man. He was just in there lifeless, like we just couldn't do nothing but just break down. Everybody was right there, we just broke down and started crying. We was just fucked up. That was a fucked up scenario. I'll never forget about that shit because it just, you never know your last day with your loved ones, for real. You never know your last day with your loved ones, for real. So, it was hard. Like, we had to really be there for each other. We had to all give each other, like, motivation. We had to be there for my granny. She held it up. She did her thingy thing when it came to the funeral. My granddad was loved around the neighborhood and his community. He ended up with a total of like 12. It said in the newspaper thing 12 because he had a newspaper article about his service, and it came out to be like 1,200 some people that ended up coming to his funeral. That shit was live. It was live, like his funeral. Not to say like y'all, it was lit like a party, but it was a lot of people. There was a lot of people at his funeral. He even had a horse and carriage. So I just remember that morning we all went to my granny crib. We all got dressed up. I just remember when, hey Jose, what's the word, bro? If you're tuning in, like, share, and subscribe, man. Leave a like button, man. Hope y'all having a blessed day. This is a story about my granddad and the passing of him, somebody that I, looked up to and was inspired by, and just letting y'all know how everything happened and, the funeral or whatever. And, but It was so sad once we all walked outside and we saw the horse and carriage just coming up the block with his casket inside. And you gotta think this around January 27th, it's cold as hell. We all out there cold and just seeing that and just seeing my grandma looking at his casket inside that carriage. She just got to break it down more, man. It took us a lot, man. We just went to the funeral and tried to just hold ourselves up, man. They let the horse and carriage walk around again, and then we all got in the limousines and just went to the little repast, ate. Oh yeah, I even performed at my granddad's funeral as a young one. I had like a quick 8 bars to say. I say 6 bars. It was me and JT, but he was so scared he just went up there with me. He didn't really say nothing. But that's how I knew. Man, yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear that, Jose, man. Yeah. When grandpas pass away, it's hard, man. And what's crazy is I just lost my dad this year. Like, I lost my dad this year. And I just look at my baby now and be like, damn, you ain't even have a chance with your granddad like I had with mine. Because granddads are the best, man. Like, it's not a lot of granddads that's really active. Like the new grandfathers, they young now. So those older grandfathers that we had that was born in the 50s and 40s and the 60s, they some of the best guys ever that we ever could have as role models in our life. No matter what race you come from, man, when you lose a granddad, that shit is hard. It's really hard. And I just, that was a sad situation with my granddad because it wasn't like he was sick, going through anything, and we expected it. It was just like, I don't know. But yeah, I ended up saying a little poem, a little rap at his funeral. That's when I knew I was a little start in because I had the whole crowd going crazy because every word that I said, I meant it. It came from my heart. And yeah. But tune in. I'm gonna have more stories for y'all about more. I got Key Janae's story. I got Lil Ant story, Juice story, people I lost, Tim's story. It's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I lost a lot of people, so I let y'all in. I usually don't do shit like this, but everybody else telling their stories. And, I might as well get on here and start telling stories about shit that I've seen, especially living in Chicago and growing up in these ruthless environments. I done seen a lot. And it's not nothing to brag on, but it can be a safety precaution the next person can take or learn from. I try to learn from other people, So I hope y'all have a blessed day, man. Happy Monday. And stay blessed, man. And alaikum salam to all my Muslims and brothers and sisters. And y'all have a blessed one, man.